you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep them flowing. Where do you come from? Where are you going? What are you feeling tonight? And what are you showing? Where do you come from? 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 Where are you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep them flowing.
What's going on, everybody? This is the download coming at you live each and every week, and we've got a show packed full of entertainment. Today, I'm joined by an awesome panel of Discord members alike. We got tons of Cyborgians ready to talk everything download related. We got Xbox partner preview to talk about. We got AI going reckless. PlayStation says consoles have plateaued, and much more. Let's get into it. But before we do, let's give a shout out to all the people joining us bright and early in the morning, and let's see what they've been up to. Callie, thanks for joining us. What have you been up to this week? How you been doing?
Oh, I've been delving back into some Rocket League as well as playing some Starship Troopers and doing my part in killing bugs. So just been having a blast.
Well, I'm sure the Earth thanks you for your service. We appreciate you squashing those bugs. Jim, what you been up to? How you been this week?
I've quit finals and I started playing Stampede.
Quit the finals. No, the finals is final. It's the final thing that you do.
Was it the final countdown, Jim?
Me.
My goodness. Well, Maker, what have you been up to? How you been doing this week?
I've been doing all right. You know, I just got done golfing just a second ago. But been playing some Resident Evil. I'm just about finished with Dragon Age Inquisition, and I need to get back to that. Been busy a lot this week, so I haven't really had time to game much.
Well, I'm sure you still got in a couple Fortnite levels here and there, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I did that.
SPG, what's going on? How you been this week?
Doing good, man. I'm diving back into some Doom Eternal. I'm trying to unlock that sword that's in the ship, and it's incredibly hard. That game is hard.
Yeah, it's a doozy. I myself found a big challenge with that one. Ray!
Yo.
How are you doing right now at minus 28 points?
You know what, man? Look, are we gonna talk about football, man? And,
No. This is a gaming show.
We're gonna talk about you
Gaming
cheating.
show.
How about you cheating and doing deep
Hey,
back alley deals and stuff? But anyway,
nobody said I couldn't deflate the
Brad.
balls.
you're a rat. I'm calling you a rat on your show. But anyway, um, been playing a lot of Marvel Snap. I'm getting ready to get into Mech Warrior on Game Pass, or PC Game Pass. I'm getting ready to start playing some Mech Warrior, and I'm excited about the Xbox Partner Preview. They got some really cool games, so I can't wait to talk about that. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. And Vet, the loadout. What did you bring to us this week? What have you been up to?
Video editing. That's about it. I haven't really played much. Although I have been dabbling into the Halloween update on Lego Fortnite. I have not tried the new fishing, monster fishing that they added yesterday. That's pretty. And then I had, sports talk or sports show on Tuesday nights. Even though Ray was MIA for a while, I found out through SPG that we found him. We put a few milk cartons out and found him wandering in Oakland on the streets in a robe. At least that's what the chat said. So, but other than that, not much else.
I was at your mama's house, but go ahead.
Oh my goodness. Well, Dorgon, I see you've popped in. How you been this week? What you been gaming on?
I've been stuck in Power World. I have not left that game for like 3 weeks. I love it. I hate it, and then I love it again. It's a cycle of situations with it, and then just a bit of Rush Royale on the phone. One of those nice games you can dip in and out of, have a bit of a PvP moment, and then sod off and do whatever you were meant to be doing. But I've just finished work for the day, and I'm off for a week, so I thought I'd grace you beautiful people with my presence.
Oh, well,
Beautiful.
cheers.
I always knew I was a beautiful, perfect person.
Enjoy the week off, that's for sure. Well, let's jump into it. We got an Xbox partner preview. This is a synopsis of what happened, but throughout it, we can talk about it. I think there's a couple games I want to get people's opinions on. We've seen a lot of Alan Wake 2 and this DLC, The Lake House. Like a Dragon is obviously a huge series that a lot of people follow. Maybe not myself so much. Wu Chang, which Callie said looks better than Wukong, just to, throw some dirt on the field, was not appreciated. I still think Wukong is where it's at. But the game that I really wanted to discuss was this Breakfire game. Am I getting
it's
the
called
name right?
No, it's FBC Firebreak.
Firebreak by Remedy.
Yeah,
So-
originally it was called BBC, but they changed it to the FBC Firebreak Remedy.
Yeah. It's too big. It's too big. So I digress. This game is more interesting than the other ones. I think it grabbed me because what it does is it takes an existing universe that's extremely popular and it turned it into a 3v3 situation, or sorry, a 3-person co-op situation that's a first-person shooter. So I really think that this has some legs. And the interesting thing I wanted to highlight, and I want to ask the panel, is do you think this could be moving forward where a game drops on both PlayStation and Xbox Game Pass at the same time? So we'll take it up with the panel and see what people are thinking, maybe some highlights from the show. That is what caught my attention. But we will start with somebody who's not muted. Jeff, Callie, there you go. You lit up first.
I mean, I can definitely see it happening in the future. I don't know how soon it could be happening, but I can definitely see Xbox and PlayStation games coming out at around the same time. Which, honestly, I feel like isn't that what we're hoping for? Hoping that our both systems working together and working. No more of this console war when console gaming is literally just a quick way to help you get into the gaming.
Yeah, and these subscriptions are onboarding, and when it comes to a population needed to keep your game moving, having games drop on both subscriptions is a revolutionary play, breaks barriers, and allows people to really play together I think it's going to circumvent population issues when it drops on both subscriptions. Does anyone have fears for something like that or think otherwise? Or want to give their shouts on the partner preview? I know it dropped yesterday, so maybe not everyone got to watch about it. I'll wait for a light up. There we go, Ray.
All right, man. First of all, let me talk about a couple of games that caught my eye. There's a game called Chronos, which is basically it's a third-person survival horror game that throws you into the heart of a deadly struggle against overwhelming foes. And I mean, I saw the trailer, I seen some of the pictures. It looks like a game that I want to play. So I'm excited about that game. And then there was another game called Mistfall Hunter, which is another kind of like I love my but this one's a PvP PvE extraction RPG. It is, and I'm like,
Matters at that, eh?
it says Mistful Hunter is a third-person action PvPvE extraction RPG. Gear up for different classes, master combos, and strategic skills. So, strategic, hell, I can't even talk skills, but interested in those two games. But anytime you get some new games, I get excited. I thought it was pretty cool, some of the games, and yeah. So there you go. I liked it. I liked it.
I'll be the one to say it. Blind Fire and Firebreak. We're looking at the next Concords. It looks like to me.
Oh my gosh. Okay. SPG, just because you can probably turn up brightness and destroy everything Blind Fire is as an essential core of a video game, doesn't mean it's gonna fail.
Yeah, we'll see.
I like the concept of blind fire. That whole you've got to work with your torch / flashlight, as you people over there call it, to see what's going on and then take your enemy out. I think that's pretty cool. It's a bit unique in the PvP shooter space.
Yeah, and to be fair, what it looks like and what it feels like playing are two different things as well.
True, yeah.
I thought that game was victim to the brightness setting, so I'm not sure how well that one will be, because I can just see like layers and filters on it that allow you to see anything. But hey, I don't know.
I like the concept of it. For some reason, it made me think of like laser tag, especially in that neon area that they showed off. Like that looked actually pretty cool. I won't lie. Like that intrigued me. Firebreak, I'm interested in just because like it's the world of Control, and I think you're gonna get some people who like the Control series or the Alan Wake series check it out just because of that.
Oh yeah, I know.
Drew, I'm surprised you haven't talked about Wu Chang Fallen Feathers.
Yeah, I was gonna say Wu Chang looks good.
Okay, all right.
Did anybody else think Mouse PI looked great?
That was the next one I wanted to jump into. Go for it. The ability to now take the Disney IP and just use it for your own FPS. I mean, yes, Maker has a point where he says the art style breaks it from your typical FPS and gives it a bit of flair, but the reason why it's excelling as much as it is because the IP expired and it looks like Mickey Mouse. So, it's a strange place to be in.
It's got that Steamboat Willie vibes, but it looks like a really solid shooter. It reminds me of is it Inky and the Bend Machine or Bendy and the Ink Machine, something like that?
It's like if Cuphead
gives me that
was
sort of vibe.
FPS.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
To me, Inky's a lot more horror based, and this one didn't really look like horror.
No, not so much in the horror, but definitely the way it plays, the way you're moving through areas and such. It's got a good vibe from what I've seen so far. I really liked that one. And then there was Eden Zero, which is a manga I adore. So, anything from Hiro Mashima is great.
Animal Well is a delightful game, which I think a lot of people will enjoy on the Xbox side. I enjoyed my time with the game on PlayStation. Wheel World reminds me of Roller Dome, it just seems like the next game they're gonna come out with that series is gonna be Unicycle World, like you're just riding around doing adventures on some sort of wheel-based transportation. Phasmophobia, that's gonna be a great one
Yeah.
for Halloween. It's a
But
lot of fun with a group for sure.
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like a lot of people are skipping on Subnautica too.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
You know what?
Subnautica.
Yes, Subnautica
to me, I thought
is,
that was like one of the
The
biggest
first one
announcements.
is very
I
scary, man.
agree.
I'm gonna
I
admit.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
It's
I
a very
played
good
that.
game, and I'm looking forward to Subnautica too, and seeing what they do with that.
Yeah, I thought Subnautica was a sex position. I'll have to look that up.
What the heck?
What? It's,
Does it involve a snorkel?
The last one, if anyone wants to comment that we really didn't talk about, was Legend of Bababoo. I'm probably not saying that right. But any comments or insights into Bababoo other than it's fun to say?
very fun to say. I'm just going with that.
I'm gonna say fun to say. Fun to say.
All right. Well, let's jump into actual news that's been going on. And good morning, chat. What's going on? We got SPG, Callie, Drew, Voss, Neil, Nads, Ray, and Wilson, and Winstar, plus many more. And we are just chilling, chatting, talking the news of the week. Next up, we got everybody's favorite 5v5 hero shooter, and that is Concord. Concord may be coming back to life. So I'm gonna hit you with the facts. Well, not the facts, the rumored details, and then you guys can tell me whether or not Concord will ever come back and what the problem with it is. So we got speculation about a free-to-play model. Following the failed launch of Concord, there are growing rumors it may be revived as a free-to-play game. Sony's dilemma is that they face a tough choice whether to invest more into a sinking ship to try to get it to afloat or just abandon it altogether and live with that. The speculation is that the game may be re-released after the launch of the PS5 Pro. So Sony may use the launch of the new hardware to showcase a revitalized Concord. So everybody on the panel, I'm gonna ask you, and we'll start with our resident PlayStation expert here, a Super PlayStation Pro, Dorgon. We talked about this a little bit on our show, but do you think that Concord will come back?
I actually do, and I do think it's a little bit sunken cost fallacy that is going to happen with it. Unfortunately, it's just they've spent what are the rumors, 300,000 or something that they've spent on this game somehow. I do think it's going to be a bit sunken cost fallacy. We've got to get our money back from it, that they will re-release it. Whether that's as still a paid title, whether that's as a free-to-play, that's beyond me. But we do know that the game is still alive. It's being updated on Steam. There's files within there showing player tests upcoming and new betas and such like that. So there's going to be a bit of a rework as well, judging just by those factors. I enjoyed the game. I would love to see it come back, but just look at that Xbox Partner Showcase that we've just seen. There's a lot of competition in that sort of space. I don't know whether it or any of those are going to be doing anything good enough or different enough to compete with the embedded masters.
Good point. Good point. Does SPG, you want to give your take on the Concord dilemma here? Do you think that they will come back free to play, or do you think that Sony should just abandon? Sink or float.
Well, I think that Dorgon said it the way it is. There's a sunken cost fallacy here. They spent, and it wasn't 300,000; it was 300 million. Supposedly was the rumor.
You are meant to say. I just said it wrong.
But yeah, so they have to do something with the IP and the product now. What that is, I don't know, but I think they will do something with it. Now, will it matter? I don't know. I don't know. They can't sell it again. I know that for sure.
Gem, Any insight you want to talk about Concord here? Perhaps, would you believe they're going to come back in a free to play, or do you think they're just going to scrap the series altogether?
They're clearly working on something new in the background. Because I'm looking at their Steam database right now, and 2 weeks ago they created a new branch called PVE mode. So they're testing that clearly. Whatever that is, maybe it's just normal Concord with bots, or what I'm hoping for would be like an actual co-op mode, but I doubt it. But yeah, there's like they keep creating new branches. The last update was 8 days ago, on 4 branches. So there's clearly something going on in the background.
I think this game suffered from not having a main campaign, some type of story to get you invested in the characters and to go through some kind of the world a little bit rather than it just be 5v5.
After SPG, I'd like to get in.
But that's the game they made.
Go for it, Ray.
First of all, I really enjoyed watching this game on Twitch, watching other people play it. I remember when I played it with Rue and Mrs. Phoenix, and I had fun playing it. And I have a PlayStation. If they brought this game back, I would play this game. And you got to understand also, guys, that there's a giant, huge pie of PvP, PvE games. And not everybody's going to like this particular one. Some people are going to relate to a certain game. I actually, I'm not really. There's a lot of PvP games out there that I really don't like, but I actually did like Concord. I like the joining as a team and fighting together. At first, it was kind of difficult because everybody was just scattered, and then Rue and Miss Phoenix says, "Hey, we all got to join together." And when you join together and you actually do what you're supposed to do, the game is actually fun. So yeah, if it comes back, I'll definitely play it. If it comes back free, that's even a bigger bonus. So yeah, and I do think it's going to come back.
And there we go. Concord will be revived. The panel thinks so, and we'll keep you updated as time progresses. Well, this next article, I'm sure a lot of people will have things to say on, and it is an ongoing discussion since the end of Stadia, and we separated, and we all became free agents. We're leaving the Stadia team, and we all got signed on different places. And now we have a little bit of a rift because some of us are console, some of us are PC, some of us are cloud, and some of us are everything, and some of us are nothing. So I wanted to get into this article and see what's happening here. So former PlayStation executive Sean Layden believes the hardware race for more powerful consoles has reached its peak, with marginal improvements going unnoticed by most players. He suggests that the future success in innovative content rather than focusing on solely hardware specs. Layden advocates for a business model shifting in gaming where experiences need to appeal to a broader audience rather than prioritizing hardware advancements. So, what I think everyone can agree on, and maybe people will have something else to say, but we need good games that are fun, and that's where the advancements need to be, not minor hardware improvements. Does anyone on the panel disagree with that? Or do they think hardware needs to keep going up and up and up?
I think PlayStation needs Sean Layden back. He's the only one who seems to be speaking any sense, and he's not currently working in the industry.
Yeah, I guess he's another free agent as well. Well, I guess we're gonna start pulling some teeth. So SPG.
Yes, sir. It sounds like, listen, to me, this sounds like the Nintendo model. It sounds like they're after some of that Nintendo innovation money. Now it's interesting to say that. It's harder to do. Nintendo's been doing it for a long time. They make magic with nothing, hardware-wise. I have not seen that in the rest of the industry in a very long time. So I don't know how you would even switch to that type of model at this point, especially with the way they force some of these, not force, but like the incentive is to make another Fortnite or, what have you. So I don't know.
Yeah. I would love to see more innovation go towards making games more fun than just trying to sell us incremental hardware. I mean, seeing this kind of quotes coming from a former PlayStation executive makes me think he's commenting on the PS5 Pro and telling people that, this is maybe not that fantastic. It's a small hardware increase, and what you guys are getting as gamers needs to improve in terms of gameplay content.
I don't think it's just directed towards PlayStation though. I think yes, it's directed towards PlayStation, but also Xbox, because what did they do? They released new consoles, and all they were hardware upgrades, bigger hard drive, fancy skin on the outside to make it look nice, and promote it like it's something new.
Well, look at Hellblade 2. You can make
Oh,
something
no,
look but you can make something look fantastic, but if you can't interact with that object or that part of the world in any meaningful way, what does it matter if it looks super cool or not? Like, I think that's kind of like, the innovation is what is lacking in a whole bunch of titles.
Do you mean like the hype behind Star Wars that was supposed to be this open world, like a Red Dead Redemption 2 type game, and failed miserably because it was nothing like that? While it was good, that's the problem. Is they're going after certain games that are successful, but they're not living. The new ones that are coming out are either not living up to the expectations, or they're just remaking every old shit and just throwing it that way because it's easy and they know people will buy it.
Drew, can I get in after that?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Go ahead.
See, man, I'm a lover for both, and I think they should try and improve both, because at the end of the day, I don't care what anybody says, you're gonna have your people that play on PC, you're gonna have your people that play on the cloud, and you're gonna have your people that want hardware. There's people that are hardware and there's people that are software. I think you have to somehow cater to both and work on both. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's right.
There's no games though that really. Why come out with a PS5 Pro if you have no games that need it? Why come out with it, and not just console? Let me go and tie in with PC. Why come out with the
GTA 6
58
is
and
probably
50?
going to be
Why
more
come out with
advanced.
the hold on, why come out with a 50 series graphics card if you don't have any games that can really utilize the tech? There's no need for it.
That's
Put the
what I'm
effort into
saying.
games instead.
But there's a lot of guys that are in the tech. You can't deny that there's a lot of guys. I mean, look on YouTube. There's a lot of guys in tech.
No.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with that statement. I just think it's stupid to continue pushing the tech when it's not needed.
And
Well,
I think the people who
well,
have the PS5 Pro, I think they're gonna get a little bit of advance, a little bump in the graphics and in the game on the next GTA than some other
Absolutely.
people.
well, the thing is,
True, but it
games
still
are
seems
constantly going to be more and more intensive.
Yeah.
Like that's just gonna happen. Like, look at full path tracing on like Cyberpunk. I think that's the one thing that tests like the 4090s, and I think tech will continue to improve. It's just it will be more marginal, and it's diminishing returns. So I do think it's gonna branch out into more interactive means. I think once VR and like AR it becomes lighter, cheaper, and like affordable, I think I could see that growing a bit more as well. So we'll see what happens.
Also, I would suggest even internet infrastructure, once that rises up and they're able to just control all the hardware on their end. I think we're getting more to a place like that. For instance, people don't have DVD players or VHSs in their homes anymore. I'm sure some of you are going to be like, "Oh, I have mine, SPG. I still have my landline." But the situation on the majority of the homes
Jen
is...
said Gen Z
I
are
still have my
changing
PC.
that. They want to own.
Oh, look. Hey, I
But
still have my
I
PC
think
on.
internet, cloudware, I think we're moving in that direction. I think hardware may be a thing of the past. So I guess
I don't
only
see it.
time will tell.
I don't see it real.
I
Well,
think it's
it
pretty
already
telling
happened
No.
in some
Let
sectors.
let
I
me
think it's
explain.
pretty telling that Best Buy and like Target and Walmart are removing their movies and stuff like that. It's just
Yeah,
because people aren't buying them like they used to.
Well,
exactly.
that I agree with that part, but what I'm saying is with the cloud stuff, cloud tech's not going to take over anytime soon, and I'm not saying it as in a negative way. I'm saying because the problem with it is like in the United States, the internet speeds are so fractured all over the place, and with
Right,
data
and that's
caps and
what.
things like that. And then you look at a game like Microsoft's the new Flight Simulator
And
2024.
you're getting
If
ahead
you
of
use
yourself, so I'll stop you there.
all right,
Let's jump into, before you jump into another article I have lined up. Let's jump into Xbox Cloud Gaming will let you stream your own games next month. So this is definitely a massive push towards cloud gaming, and it just I'm just Jem may be able to relate to me because he can relate to Silicon Valley. Maybe some of you guys have seen it as well. I just imagine Phil Spencer as Gavin Belson being
Yeah.
like, this is all gonna work perfectly good. This is gonna be great, and it all comes crashing. But only time will tell. I think this is a great move for cloud. It's gonna put cloud in a lot more people's front of mind. The ability to stream anything you have on Xbox, no downloads, no updates, just instantly stream it. It's gonna free up so much space on everyone's Xbox with decent internet connection. So for that alone, I think this will be a massive bump up
Good
for
shout.
cloud gaming. Does anyone here going to take advantage of this service?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I will
me
as well.
me and my son are always arguing about the hard drive space, and then I go and I'll just buy another terabyte or something to add. I am so I'm like over the moon because these games are getting huge and the spaces are small, and so yeah, this is great. The only thing I wish is that they improved their cloud. I wish they improved their cloud a little bit, but still, I like the idea.
well, they did. They just improved it by using even more data. What do you do when you run out of data on your internet when you hit that cap? It's not going to be that hard to do. There are plenty
So
of games
so
that
So
are going to
so
push that down to you.
I have no data cap.
yeah,
Uh,
in a lot of
so
that's
I
what
don't
I'm
have a
just
data
saying with
cap.
internet infrastructure developing in so many places over the next couple of years, a lot of people will be seeing fiber connections more frequently. So I myself have unlimited internet at like the 1.5 gig speed now up and down. It's
Right,
just
right,
ludicrous, and I really
right.
think this is the trend. We saw it with Netflix, we saw it with movie media, we saw it with music media, and game media is just next on the target. The one thing I want to ask, and maybe Maker can shed some light on this because I have a question, is what about like Elden Ring? Because I swear From Software is always adamant about not having their games in the cloud and having it be not ruin the cloud gaming like the experience of the game because it was in the cloud. So, do you think we will see Elden Ring playable on Xbox Cloud Gaming next month?
Um, that? Yeah, yeah, I think so. Well, at least that's what their intent is, to be able
Yeah,
to play your library. As
yeah.
to like how long that's gonna take to happen, we'll see. I think uh, but I think as cloud improves and as more people are drawn to it, I think you're gonna see these games come onto these services and be available to purchase. I just think that's an inevitability.
Now, I wonder if they're going to use the PlayStation route or if it's going to be your entire library. And I think time will tell because they're saying in the article it'll be enabling certain game purchases. So it's not specific on like every game in your library. So I think there'll be a lot of stuff coming out next month about this.
Yeah, I think it'll be select titles, and then like slowly they'll probably make an announcement saying we will slowly work towards having your entire Xbox library available through the cloud type deal.
Well, I want to touch on a next article here that Vet was getting into ahead of time. Come on, Vet, trying to jump ahead on the show notes. We have Microsoft Flight Simulator, and this absolutely shocked me. And I know we talk about unlimited internet, but to eat up this much internet is just it's gluttonous in my opinion. And somebody has to talk some sense into me because it says here that Microsoft Flight Simulator sucks up to 180 megabytes per second, which is equivalent to 81 gigs per hour. That seems extremely high. Am I crazy? Or is that not extremely high?
Well, the game's
An
got the
always
whole
online game.
Sorry. I should have done a better job than that. We'll go Gem, and then Doragon.
Well, the
based on
game itself is massive. That's why you need an internet connection to even play the game. You can't play it offline because of how massive the world is, and it's literally the world that we live in. So it's all satellite images compressed together, and then you got 3D models. A lot of the cities are handcrafted by the developers, and they keep updating it to make more and more models. So you got the whole world, you got satellite textures, and then you got handcrafted models. I don't know what the actual game size is, but it must be enormous that you can't even fit it on a SSD basically. So it doesn't surprise me that 80 gigs per hour while you're flying through the sky. Although then again, you are in the sky, so maybe
It's
you
30
don't
gig.
need to. Maybe you don't. No, 30 gig is the game itself, but not the whole game. The world, the world is you don't download the world of
Oh,
the
no,
game.
no. Yeah. Well, I'm looking at it to see what it says. It's
Yeah,
the
it's a
the
game
game.
installation
it's a
size.
cloud enabled game. You have to
Yeah,
be
Yeah, the
attached to
game
the internet for
installation.
the information of the
installation
game
is
to go onto your screen.
Yeah, the game installation's 30 gig, while Flight Simulator 2020 was 130 to 400 gig installation size. So they cut it down like that. But I think that was why they cranked it up so high.
But Dorgon, do you
Oh.
have any other input on why we're seeing? And I like that analogy there, 81 gigs per hour, because I could see in future us measuring certain things that way. But my God, 81 gigs an hour.
Hey, at least it wasn't 88 gig per hour, because you know what'll happen then.
Yeah, well, it's extremely high. Oh, I think Dorgon may be
Yeah, I'm
not
here.
there.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I was just letting people talk. I'm kind of against this because it's just stupid design, if you ask me. I love what they're doing in terms of the quality of the world, of Flight Simulator, pushing it forward, making it this wonderful, amazing thing, etc., etc. But at the same time, you've got to start asking a question: who's going to buy this when they can't even run it? It feels like poor design to me. And I know that's probably not the case. They've designed something beautiful, wonderful, amazing. But if somebody can't play this game because it won't fit on their SSD because it's just too ginormous, and then they've got to stream massive aspects of it, but they can't do that because they're not in one of the 22 regions out of the 195 countries worldwide that actually have cloud gaming streaming capabilities for games like this. You make it a game that most of the world can't play, which is just dumb. It seems silly. I like the one hand pushing things forward in terms of technology and what a game can look like and be and the size of it and all that sort of stuff, especially for something like flight simulator where you've got to be flying through all of these different biomes and weather fronts and all that sort of stuff. But I played the same sort of game back on Windows 95 and it worked perfectly and gave you that experience, and it ran natively off the disk. You didn't even need to install it on your hard drive at the time. So it just seems dumb to make a game that people can't play because they don't have the hardware or internet capabilities to do so. And America and Canada, most people still have caps. It's not like Europe where you've just got high speed fiber, unlimited broadband as standard.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the nose. It seems to be a tech demo, kind of like path tracing, right? Not a lot of people have access to path tracing in Cyberpunk. But you got to sort of break the ground as messy as it can be to move forward. So I see why they did it, but oh my God, 81 gigs an hour. Be
Can I just
prepared.
say something?
I also
Yeah,
have a
yeah, for
question
sure.
to put into.
Gem, then
While you guys were
Callie.
talking, I was just googling the previous flight simulator. The actual size for that is 2 petabyte, which is 2,000 terabytes.
My goodness.
So yeah, you can't download that and play offline.
That's ludicrous inside. It's too big. It's too big. Callie.
Could
Go
this
for it.
also be in preparation? Like, I know it's Flight Simulator, but do you think Microsoft could be working on their capabilities of being able to play with the internet? Because we all know Hideo Kojima wanted to do the cloud gaming ordeal, that his whole mixture of game.
Yeah, it could be, breaking the ground, getting a lot of this bugs out, making sure they have something connected to the cloud as a working test, and then when they go into their big project, it's connected, it's all good to go. But who knows? That's a big jump. We'll have to pull up more information on OD, which I believe is the game you're referring to. But I do want to jump into the next one. And this is a game that we all kind of jumped into and bullshitted our way through. So this broke my mind a little bit here. We have a $7 multiplayer game is now bigger on Steam than Diablo 4 and Shadowhunt. That's right, Liar's Bar is breaking records in terms of player count, and I'm all kinds of confused. It's the surge in player count reflects the growing trend of online gaming and the platform's continued expansion. Valve, the company behind Steam, continues to optimize its infrastructure and support increasing number of players and enhancing its game experience. So Steam is now becoming a massive platform, 35 million concurrent user, and it's attributing a lot of popularity to a new game coming up, and that's Liar's Bar, and I believe it was hitting about 70K, putting it ahead of Diablo 4. Insane on one platform. Why do you think a game like this is so far ahead? How did a $7 multiplayer game that feels like a mini game, to be honest, because we played it, able to hit and break records like this? We'll touch on some people who I didn't hear last time. Ray, we'll jump to you.
Yep.
You played Liar's Bar with us, and why
love,
do you think?
I am so happy that SPG and you guys played this game, because at first I wasn't gonna get the game because just the way it looks, and you know what? You just can't judge a book by its cover. This game is so fun, especially a bunch of BS friends like you, Rue, and just people who gaslight. I mean, we play Among Us, another game that when you look at it, you wouldn't think that game is a hit, but that game is amazing. This game is a hit. It's fun. I wanted to play more. I didn't want the stream to end. It's just good. It's a good game. So that's why it's good. It's a hit.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Sometimes games just hit, and it's a lot of fun to play with some friends. Jem, you turned us on to the game. Why did you do it? What was your thinking behind it?
I watched a video 1 or 2 weeks before the game came out, and I was like, "Wow, this is hilarious, fun." It's like Among Us, because you're gaslighting to your friends. So I immediately pictured you, Wilson, and SPG, and I just having a match and just gaslighting, like having like 20 aces on the table, even though there should only be six. I was like, "Yeah, I want to buy this game. If you guys are gonna buy it, I'll definitely buy it." Then we all bought it, had fun. I still play sometimes, a little bit, but I would love to play again with you guys. Yeah, love the game.
Yeah, a riot. I got so into it. It was so intense. I'm like shaking at the controller. We're talking so much bullshit to each other. Oh, it was a riot. It was so much fun. And that's just the type of enjoyment that they need to be engineering and creating in video games more often than say a Diablo 4, which is kind of more the same. It's getting you to repeat these patterns, and it seems to be successful when you actually have fun instilled in your game. And the budgets are way off for and when you compare the two. Dorgon, any idea why a mini game surpassed a AAA game in terms of player count, concurrency, uh, popularity, fun enjoyment? I don't know. What's happening here?
It's a fun game. It's a game that everybody knows how to play because you've all played it round the dinner table, the coffee table, any table that you can prop up somewhere, a cable reel type idea. It's something you can play on your lunch break at work. Just in real life, you do it without the loaded chamber of a bullet. It's hilarious that you get this option, and it's a real fear that goes into if you call someone out on their BS, are you then going to lose because they've been telling the truth? It's learning people's tells, which is much harder when you're not actually sat around the table. It's that whole sitting in a casino, playing poker with a bunch of folks that you really like, and not really caring about what happens because you're just having a good, fun time. This game has taken that sort of ethos and put it into a cheap, big selling point, cheap video game that's really enjoyable to play. And if you get a good group of people around you, can have legs for years because you can basically play a different character every time you pick it up. I saw it for the first time a couple of days ago. A YouTuber called Mr. Fruit picked it up, started playing it. I was laughing so hard I couldn't finish making dinner. I had to finish the video so that I could finish making dinner, and that's not even going hands-on with it. So it's that sort of thing. It looks good when you're not playing it. It looks good when you're playing it. It's just fun. And it's what a lot of games forget a lot of the time, to be fun.
Well, cheers to that, and we're better for it. And it gave me an idea. We should have a match where we have the video, and so we can see each other and each other's bullshit face to face.
No. No.
But awesome
He
stuff.
doesn't like
Thanks.
that.
Yeah, Ray wants to hide. Let's jump into the next one. I wanted to talk some AI, and this is AI meets gaming. So unfortunately, SPG had to jump, but cheers, he sent me a message on that one. He'll be back next week. But this article and video I was drawn into. I sat and watched the whole 20-minute YouTube video. This AI model is created. Its code name is Diamond. And the idea of the model is it's watched 87 hours of Counter-Strike gameplay. And what it did was it transformed an area and a player responsive feedback which created Counter-Strike Global Offensive at 10 FPS on an NVIDIA RTX 3090. So to me, this is pushing the boundaries. This is new stuff. Just last month on the download, we were talking about Doom being recreated, the N64 version, on AI. But it was not player input, it was just video. Now we're seeing player responsive input. You can switch weapons, you can turn around, you can jump up and down. I mean, we are quickly getting to a place where AI is developing games, and we have gone from a video to a playable model in a month. Where do you think we're going? Do you think this is good or bad for the industry? And when are we starting our first AI gaming publisher?
I was thinking, you know, like this is trained on, as you say, 80 hours of gameplay footage of Counter-Strike.
Right.
Imagine like 10, 20 years from now, we watch a trailer for Grand Theft Auto 7, and then we tell our graphics cards like, yeah, I want to play that. So it just generates GTA 7 just from the trailer. That would be hilarious.
Trailers will be outlawed to then. It'll be even more locked down than we are now. It'll be impossible to see anything before the game is released.
Yeah,
because you're right.
And when you watch Assassin's Creed trailer, your PC gets a virus and dies. So I just had to throw that in there.
No, I think Assassin's Creed currently, or anything Ubisoft based, would be the one series it might actually make better, whereas everything else, it's just, I apologize for the language, but this is a technical terminology. It's just the enshittification of everything. Like, why does it need to recreate Counter-Strike when Counter-Strike exists? Why does it need to be making this artwork when it could be curing cancer, sort of thing? But yeah, Assassin's Creed, with how bad Ubisoft are, that could work.
Yes, I'm sure AI is. I would hope people are putting money into AI to do certain things of that nature. And I don't have a like medical podcast to keep on top of AI, but I'm sure they're doing the right things. But at the same time, there is always going to be money in entertainment, in arts, and I think this is going to not replace human-made games. If anything, it'll create a space where human-made games are more artisan, are more valued, because I think we're going to be hit with a flush of AI games in 5 years. We could be having games for any genre, anything we want to play at the click of a button. Because what I've seen in the past month, just following AI in gaming, is already a massive step. And I think it's just going to get that much exponentially faster moving forward. Like, this is all generated on AI that we're watching right now. And it's all player responsive feedback. It's crazy.
You can tell.
You can tell, yeah, because AI, and this is the trippy high part of me saying this right now, but watching this, it feels like when AI is thinking something up, it looks like you're in a dream. And then that got me thinking, is my brain AI? Why does it think it's a dream? Like, why do those two things look so similar? So that kind of freaks me out that my brain's AI. But
Worry about your brain on occasion. Like, thoughts like that are, you're just you're actual intelligence. You're not artificial.
Am I Doragon, or am I just AI who thinks it's independent?
Look, we aren't that advanced. You'd have 27 fingers and they'd all have 12 knuckles if you were AI.
I don't know. I don't know, because
Just
when
like
I
the
dream,
streams.
it's like AI buffering in the game, and like they just look so similar, and then I think to myself, how much do I actually know? Anyway, somebody has to stop me on this rant and comment. So, would you play an AI game? How far away do you think we are from this? Maker, you want to jump in on this topic and stop me from rambling?
I think companies are just going to continue to evolve the AI and try and use it to save money. And I mean, that's what they do.
You're not wrong there. Wherever the money is, they will follow. That's for sure. So we will keep you updated on whether or not my brain is AI or not. We'll be jumping into that every single week. So don't you worry about that one.
I just want to quickly point out, while I kept watching a video, I think this could lead in a few years where you just like as a level designer or a modeler, you can just like record something with your phone, just feed it to the AI and it will just create it as a map. I think we can I think we could reach there in a few years with AI
Yeah.
and then actually use it for game development, yeah.
So you could like create your house into an FPS level or something like that.
Yeah,
You think?
just record outside your neighborhood like a video and then upload it to I don't know, Call of Duty map or something and just have fun. I think it can I think we'll reach there in a few years.
I mean, the creator mode is already so such a big draw in so many games. So I could definitely see the creator mode in games evolving with AI hand in hand to do those types of things. So definitely a cool shout out. All right. Did you guys know that there was a Halo Battle Royale?
Not at all.
No, neither did I. Apparently, the Halo Battle Royale was called Project Tata. I hate saying words that I know I'm gonna mess up. Tatanaka. A battle royale mode for Halo Infinite was in develop, but later canceled by 343 Industries to focus on the next Halo game. Project T was rebranded Project Eckhart, featuring ODST drop pods and Zeta Halo biomes before its eventual cancellation in 2023. Development challenges were the resource constraints, the leadership changes, and that eventually led to its demise. Now, here is my talking point on this one. Halo used to be a game that invented the trends of video games that we know and love. And now I see that they're chasing trends and failing. So in this circumstances, I'm like, where is Halo now in the industry and can they recover? Because I would like to see them defining what gaming genres are coming next and not chasing a battle royale that was popular 6 years ago. So, where do you think we are with Halo? Do you think their future's bright? Do you think because of nostalgia they're just too big, too strong to fail? Let's get into it. So we'll start with Callie. You're a big Halo proponent.
Yeah, I don't know. I might watch some streams first, and then might step my toes into it. But I mean, if it might be free to play because Halo multiplayer is typically free to play, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is included in that. So might just try it just to play some games with some buddies.
Nice, nice. Maker, I saw you chime up there.
Yeah. I think them swapping to Unreal is the smartest thing, but I am very disappointed actually because I had been saying since like Infinite had dropped that it would be amazing to have a battle royale where you're dropping from the ship in the drop pods and then like land on the ground and scavenge for guns and like stuff. I think that has a lot of potential and could be a really fun game mode. But I mean, we know now that that's probably not going to happen anytime soon if they do something similar. And I think Battle Royale is still really, really popular. So I don't think it's a. Uh, I would say I think it's still good if they want to go for a battle royale. It's just they need to make it special to Halo, make it feel like Halo battle royale and not just another battle royale.
But don't you think Halo should push forward? Like, don't you think they should have done extraction shooting before Helldivers?
No.
Don't you think Halo should be the one in front and making trends like they were when they evolved combat in the very first Halo?
But doing
Like,
extraction shooter won't be going ahead of the trends. That will be doing the trend that is
no,
going
that's
on
what
right now.
I'm saying they should have been doing that at the launch of Infinite. I'm saying Halo used to be the trend setter, and now they're chasing trends. And I think they would do better off in trying to predict the next trend and trying to chase that and being the forefront of the next thing. Say a
Well,
PvEPE, if that's the next trend.
well, the thing is, I think a big like issue that they were having, like we saw a bunch of reports about this, was that Infinite used the Slip Space engine, which was like a homemade engine from 343, and the fact that Microsoft hires a lot of contractors, a lot of the people that were going on board to help them with the game would have to learn the engine first to use it. And I think swapping to Unreal Engine is really smart because those contractors will most likely have some experience with Unreal. So it'll be easier for them to pick it up.
So it'll be easier to outsource? That's
That's what they already
how-
do.
Okay.
That's how Microsoft make their games. They just outsource.
All right.
So
I mean, let's be
Switching to-
real. Let's be real. There's a lot of big companies that do the same. Just look at
I
how
get
many
it.
studios and people worked on God of War Ragnarok. It wasn't
Yeah.
just Santa Monica.
Can I jump
s-
in something?
yeah, go
we'll
for it.
go Ray and then Dorgon.
Sometimes, though, Rude, chasing trends can cost a company. I mean, look at Skull and Bones. I mean, look where Skull and Bones came from, and look what happened. Sometimes, my thing is this. Keep to the formula. If it ain't broke, don't try and fix it. Just try and enhance it and make it better. Because when you try and change it to something that's gonna the diehard fans of that game are gonna go somewhere else if you try and make it to something else. That's just my opinion.
Well, I just wish that,
You're not wrong.
with a brand of Halo, they took more risks. But yes, go Dorgon. You're not wrong.
Battle Royale was going to be a risk. Halo's always been the arena shooter since it first came onto the scene. It was the first time that a console shooter felt like it could compete or even beat a PC shooter. Yet, since 343 took over, when Bungie left Microsoft, when they went to Activision and started making Destiny, they left Halo behind and a new studio was created. There's always been a problem with Halo. Halo 4 was the story. Halo 5 was all of it. Halo Infinite was the story and missing content and delays and looking like plasticine models just before launch. There's been amazing bits to it. Halo 5's PvP is basically unrivaled in the series. It's an incredible PvP experience, but it is built for the esports crowd, whereas the Halo Infinite one we've all played together is much more built for the casual. Halo 3 is still being played today. The longevity of that game is unrivaled, and they've been trying to recapture that feeling since. And the problem is, trying to recapture something, trying to chase something, you end up not making something true to yourselves. You end up not realizing a vision that's set out before you initially, and then you sort of put out a product that's at best half-baked. So cancelling this Battle Royale is probably the best thing to focus those energies back where it matters for a series like Halo, which is an incredible, sprawling space opera, which can be told in 3 or 6 or 12 parts, doesn't matter. It's just got to be cohesive and excellent in every installment, and then have one of the most accessible multiplayer modes on the planet. You can put anything within that multiplayer mode, but it's got to be accessible to everybody who plays the main campaign, but has such a high skill ceiling that people will still want to be playing it years down the line. It's a very simplistic thing to say, it's a very hard thing to pull off, but even with the switch to Unreal, 343 and all of the contractors they pull in have never really shown that they know how to do Halo like Halo. They've tried to do it like Call of Duty, they've tried to do it like Resistance, they've tried to do it like these big open world shooters. At some point, they need to make Halo like Halo.
Well, I think Infinite like started off great, like when they dropped the early access to to the multiplayer. Because, I mean, I remember, what was it? The Game Awards did like a poll for player choice. I think Halo Infinite actually won that poll just because people were enjoying the multiplayer originally. It's just it lacked content. Like, and I think swapping to Unreal will help them be able to push that content. So I'm hoping that helps.
Well, I still am standing true on that Halo should be breaking boundaries. I hope that their next game is not just the status quo. I hope they do something like Wilson's saying on the chat, 2,000 players on the same battlefield. It would be cool to see like an ongoing war that's constantly happening between people and your missions are occurring like in the war with all that stuff happening. But who knows? I hope they evolve. I
Like
hope they do
PlanetSide?
some what?
Like PlanetSide.
I don't know what
With one of those
PlanetSide
like
is.
hundreds of players on a map, and
Almost like No Man's Sky type of situation, but again, they can't take something from something that already exists. I hope they do what they do best, innovate and create something new on the experience platform. But yeah, Halo. Best of luck to you in the future, and too bad we didn't get to see a battle royale from you. Well, we have something special to talk about. A little couple PSAs in the Discord here. The Game Awards 2024. The date has been officially announced, everybody. Are you ready to mark it in your calendars? Because Cloud&Console will be hosting live in a boozy edition. That's right, it's a yearly tradition here. Where we watch the Game Awards, and if you tune into our five and a half hour coverage of it last year, you will be disappointed by our coverage. But this year we aim to do better and be even more entertaining. So join us here on December 12th. That's right, that will be the date of the Game Awards. So keep that date open. We are going to be enjoying the hell out of that one for sure. Who's looking forward to the Game Awards? Come on.
Myth.
It's
Gonna be a battle between the bot, PlayStation bot, and the.
I'm not playing that drinking game anymore. The last time I drank every time Xbox was mentioned, and that ended up in a 2-day hangover.
that was on you. I warned you ahead of time.
That's just because you're over 30, mate. Like, that's nothing to do with, like, any form of drink gives you a 2-day hangover.
You know what? We used to do that with see how many times they would mention Stadia at an award show, and
we were all sober.
Sober.
That's how I thought it would be. I thought, anyways, they didn't have any games up there. They paid so much for advertising, but no games.
Yeah, my lips were dry.
Well, I think that's pretty cool that we got a date. Be sure to look out for it. Mark it in the calendars. December 12th, we'll be covering it live here in Cyborg City. And then on top of that, we did have our screenshot competition. So the results are in. If you submitted a picture in the Discord, you can see the judgment chart is open. Yes, all the judging was done by my wife, so I appreciate that. I bombarded her with pictures and I asked her for her opinion, and next time I will do that in 3 parts because it was a lot to go through all these submissions with her. But I will say I am extremely happy with getting even more submissions than we did last year. That's absolutely epic. So big shout out to everybody in the community. We had a lot of fun. Sun OG, we gave an honorable mention to, but then we had SBG taking first place and we have a Phoenix with her digital mouse picture coming in second place. So cheers to everybody. You can take a look at your score and what Hannah thought of it. So don't take it to heart too much.
How come Sun OG didn't win? He's got the most points.
Because his shot was a professional shot. I felt bad giving him, like, I mean, he edited it. He even like used it for Lords of the Fallen DLC. Like, I'm pretty sure it was a commissioned photo. So
yeah.
I felt it was like a little bit unfair to put that against people's like fun screenshot type of things. I don't know. You guys tell me if, but I'm the commissioner of this, so I do what I want.
Wait a minute. I made it in the top 10.
Yeah. No, Ray, your eye picture kind of scared Hannah.
I'm surprised mine didn't get scored higher.
The comment on that was that the white dragon blended in with the white background. But to be fair, Maker, your picture was the last one. So at that point, she was like, I'm tired of looking at pictures.
Oh, yeah.
After she was saw SPG,
Mine
like,
was so
I don't
good.
know, yeah.
Well,
I haven't
that's the
changed-
thing. I will say that what I noticed is the PlayStation pictures in the PlayStation photo mode, they hit hard. Neil, did you submit a picture? I went through everybody.
Neil's was not safe for work. I would not recommend.
And
Neil?
last year, a PlayStation photo won as well.
Yeah. I'm not the one doing this. You know, I showed her my picture and she said terrible. That was her first word, and I'm like, wow, that doesn't cut me to the soul.
I even changed the contrast, like, and everything to make it stand out a
there
bit
you
more.
are, Neil.
But
What did I?
yeah,
I have learned my lesson to show her the pictures over time. So I definitely showed her yours. I may have had it on a different version, but thanks everybody for participating and being a part of it. I really do appreciate everybody who got involved. It was a lot of fun. But now that we're at the end of the show, give yourselves a shout out and let people know what you'll be up to. And we'll start with Callie here.
Yeah, tonight, 9 p.m. Mountain Time, I'm gonna be streaming some Ghostbusters. So come on down and hang out and bust some ghosts with us.
Sweet. And Dorgon, what are you up to this week?
I've got nothing particularly new out. I've got reviews for Metal Hellsinger VR and Jolly Battle Let's Play longest name thing on the planet ever review if you want to go watch them. But I should be live streaming next week because I'm not at work, so I will have the time to do so. And I might also break out Ghostbusters, but in VR. So nice little bit of symmetry going on there.
Great. Jem, what are you up to this week?
Hopefully you guys are up for Liar's Bar. If not, then I bought a game called Card Shop Simulator, so I'll be playing that.
Is that a game where you simulate selling cards to people?
So you can open up a shop, you sell cards, you can open up the cards and sell the cards that you got from the cards.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You could also
Intense game. It gets intense.
I'm next, Maker. What are you up to this? Oh, you just went on Devin. Ray, where can people find you this week?
Well, in about 15 minutes, I'm about to join Sportcast and talk about last night's debacle with the Saints and stupid Denver Broncos. Congratulations to your 27 points.
28.
Or, I'm sorry, 28 points. I'm still going to beat your ass. But tomorrow night, guys, Wreckfest. And then Sunday, it's me and my good friend Houston Aries playing Once Human. And then just right through 473 in the socials. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you, Rue, and everybody on the panel. I got to go. Bye.
All right. And Vet, you're also on mute. And that is that. So you can look forward to the download each and every week on the same bat time on the same bat channel. Until this Sunday, we got our cloud gaming podcast you can find on this channel. And then we do Super PlayStation Bros on Wednesday. So stay tuned, stay locked in on Cloud and Console. Until the next time, be safe out there. And yeah, all that good stuff. Thanks, panel. Thanks, audience. You guys have been awesome in the chat. And check out Ray's Sportscast. Link in the description. He'll be going live in about 10 minutes there. So, till the next time, everyone. See ya. All right, and it's off.
Grove. 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 Why try to believe in me? Why try do I even need to? I die with the season leaves. I glide with the season breeze. True, my mind so easily spooked. I ride just to be the me who finds hype super decently smooth. Nice type, but as sick as beats. Groove, 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 groove. Wanna cut a pussy in a box up. Gonna get some pussy in a hot tub. Would you be a goodie?